Welcome to the Cozza Lawcast, where life, business, and the law collide. And now, here's your host, attorney, and founder of the Cozza Law Group, Rocco Cozza.
Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Cozza Lawcast. Today I want to talk to you about a topic that we frequently get questions on, and that's the difference between a copyright and a trademark. Now, if you're a business owner, you may have had this question, right? You have a unique name or a logo you want to protect, but you're unsure if that's protected via copyright or trademark. So let me take a few moments and explain the difference to you, and then we'll get into, when and how you file for those protections. So first, let's start with copyright. Copyrights protect an original work of art, and that's a song, a book, movie script, a video, a photo, a painting. It's an original work of art. That's what a copyright protects. Now, if you are the creator of that work, the moment you create it, you have copyrights in that work, meaning that's your original work and no one can infringe upon that. Now, you can file that copyright with the federal government, with the U.S. Copyright Office. And what that does is, one, it puts the world on notice. You're now registered in their database. And two, it allows you to sue in federal court for copyright infringement. So if you write a book and someone goes out and plagiarizes it and basically writes the same book or a very close second to that book, and it looks like the same thing, when you have that copyright filed with the Copyright Office, you can now sue that person in federal court, which makes the process a lot better, and there's a lot more damages you can get in that situation. So copyright protects those types of things. And we typically do copyright type work for entertainment clients, right? Maybe the movie companies, writers, entertainers, publishers. Those are the people that are protecting things via copyright. So now trademarks, on the other hand, a trademark protects a name, a logo, or a slogan associated with a particular class of goods or services. Now, that's the big difference, right? It's not protecting a work of art. It's protecting a name, logo, or slogan associated with a good or service. So when we work with clients and maybe they're starting a business and they're selling a product and they have a really unique name, that would be something we would potentially trademark. And there's an analysis we do with our clients to make sure when it's right, because we don't want them spending a ton of money up front if they haven't even sold anything yet. So there's an analysis we do when it comes to trademarks. But that's what a trademark is. So you file a trademark through the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, and one of the tricks, or not tricks, but one of the things to be aware of is each trademark application you file for a particular class of goods or services. So take, for instance, you are a boutique and you sell clothing, jewelry, shoes, maybe luggage, etc. Those are different classes of goods. So when you go and file your trademark application with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, you pay a filing fee for each class. So if you choose the middle filing level, which is, I believe it's $250 is the filing fee. If you file it for clothing, that's one fee. If you file it for jewelry, that's a second fee. So the fees can add up if you're trying to if you're trying to trademark or protect that name in various classes of goods. So that's something to be aware of. So a lot of times when we work with our clients from the beginning and they're starting off their business and we know they're trying to be smart with their money and not spend a ton up front, we may say, hey, let's pick the one class you're going to be successful in. Maybe clothing is going to be your biggest seller. Let's file there and see what happens in the other classes. And then maybe down the road, we can file applications in those classes. So that's a lot of times how we'll handle situations like this. Now, another question we get is, well, what does that little TM mean? And can I use that? What that TM means, you've probably seen the little subscript TM after a name or a logo. That is people or that company or the owner of that mark is asserting common law trademark rights in that name. Now, that could mean that their registration is pending, meaning they filed the application, but it hasn't been finalized yet, or they don't have their federally registered mark yet, or their mark got rejected. That doesn't mean you can't use that TM. That TM just signifies that you're asserting common law rights in the mark. Now the R with the circle, which you'll see after some names or logos or slogans, that means you have a federally registered mark that now allows you to sue in federal court for trademark infringement. So trademarks and copyrights are very important things to understand, especially from a business perspective. If you're creating original works, maybe you're a business coach and you're creating original content, or maybe you're just a general service provider and you're creating guidebooks or training materials, that's stuff that's copyrightable. And you should, at the very least, put on your documents the C with the circle, copyright, whatever year it is, and your name, to at least express you're asserting copyrights in that. When it comes to trademarking, again, if you have a unique name, logo, slogan, definitely start by putting that TM after it to assert those common law rights, but then go through the analysis of when it makes sense to file that mark. Because again, it can get expensive when you start filing various trademark applications and in different classes, but it's something you definitely want to consider, because your trademark or your copyright, that's your intellectual property. That has value in a business, right? If I build a business and my name is what people know, like that's a highly valuable thing. And if I don't have that name protected, that diminishes the value of my business. I mean, think about it from this perspective. If I build a brand and people know my brand by name, but I never protected it, I don't own the federal mark, and then someone else out there starts using that name, well, I've got to fight them. I've got to sue them. I've got to take action against them. And that can, when you go to sell that business, can severely diminish the value, because when you're analyzing a business for sale, one of the things you look at is the intellectual property. That's your trademarks, your copyrights. So you got to be really cognizant of that and really think about protecting those things. Because if your end goal is to exit your business someday, that's one of the first questions you're going to get. Do you have a trademark? Is your name protected? Is your content protected? All of those things are extremely important. And these are questions we get from our clients. That's why I really wanted to break it down and give you like a really basic explanation between the differences between the copyrights and trademarks. So I hope this video helped you. I hope it provided some value, because it is a confusing area of the law, and a lot of times people out there use copyright and trademark interchangeably, and that's not correct. That's not the way it should be done. Copyrights protect original works. Trademarks protect names, logos, slogans associated with a particular class of goods or services. So again, hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so yet, go check out our website. I'll put the link right here. Also, go follow us on Facebook. It's just facebook.com/Cozza Law. Really appreciate all the support. Appreciate you watching this video. If you are in Pennsylvania and you have any legal questions, feel free to reach out to our firm. We'd be happy to help. And remember, as I always say, this isn't legal advice. This is merely meant to be educational in nature. If you do have a legal question, speak to your own attorney or feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to help. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you on the next video.
Thanks for listening to the Cozza Lawcast, where life, business, and the law collide. To find out more about the Cozza Law Group, check out www.cozzalaw.com.